back to his feet. He's stalking his opponent. Cody Rhodes looking to put John Cena away one more time in a final salute.
That's it? No Rock? No Travis Scott running in and fiending all over everybody and popping people's eardrums? Nothing? Just Brock Lesnar? What's up, y'all? It's your boy Seth Grimes back here with SummerSlam Night 2 reviews and reactions. Appreciate you guys for checking this out and hanging out with me. And if you watched the first one as well, if you haven't, that is available. That was for yesterday for Night 1 with CM Punk climbing the mountain, winning the world title, only to have it snatched away by that dirty bastard Seth Rollins. But tonight is all about Night 2. So let's go ahead and jump on into it. Before I do, if I could bug you to hit that subscribe button down below. Like the video if at any point you are enjoying what you're watching. And with all that said, let's dive on in. Starting with this main event here. And we'll just start with the good parts right off the bat. I thought this was John Cena's best performance in God knows how long. I don't know if he's just old and can't do it anymore, which is what I suspect, or if he's half-assing it because he's got movie contracts and he can't take any really big risks or anything like that. So his matches were really just kind of paint by numbers. And look, John Cena has earned the right to not have a great match at this point. He's a legend. He's given us everything he could possibly give us and more. So if he wants to take it easy during his final run here, especially while he's out doing movies and stuff, we don't want to see the guy fucking break his neck and then not be able to be a movie star anymore, right? So I'm willing to accept that we don't get 100% John Cena anymore. But this was 100% John Cena. The crowd chanting Super Cena. And look, I've seen some reports with this crowd. For the most part, I didn't even mention this on the Night 1 review, but the crowd has sucked, I thought, the whole time. But from reports I'm seeing, like, the crowd was loud as shit in the building. It just didn't come across on TV, which happens with these big stadiums, the big open-air stadiums. There's nothing to box it in. So that could be the case, but the crowd was loud as fuck for this match, man. And the Super Cena chants, and I was loving it. It's weird that Cena Prime with the Super Cena bullshit was so frustrating and irritating, and we hated it during the main run. If you were around as a wrestling fan back then, you know what I'm talking about. The Super Cena wins, LOL, kicks out everybody's 12 finishers and fucking wins the match every single time. It's like, come on, dude. We got sick of that back in the day, but for this one night, on his very last run, man, the fans got something special in that building out of John Cena. He turned back the hands of time. I don't know how the hell he did it. I don't know what he gave himself super soldier serum before he went out there, or what the fuck. And this was intentional. The feats of strength he kept doing, this is classic John Cena. John Cena is strong as burr. He's strong as ox. Whatever the fuck they say in the old cartoons, right? Like, people have always, when you ask, so many wrestlers have been interviewed and asked who's the strongest wrestler they've worked with. Mark Henry, always number one, because obviously he's the world's strongest man. But a close number two, John Cena. Everybody says John Cena has uncanny strength. And even though he's a little bit smaller than he was in his heyday now, you know how actors got to lose weight for their roles and shit. He's out there. He carried Cody around for long periods of time, deep within the match. When they did the thing, it was a little silly, but when they did the thing where they went under the stage and then came back up, and Cena's holding them, And then he walks him all the way down the ramp. It's like, my fucking God, dude. And then just the power-ups deep into the match to be able to get Cody on his shoulders for the Avalanche FU, or the Avalanche AA, And just Cena kicking out of everything. Everything. I fucking love this. There were several times in this match. I don't like the whole kicking out of people's finishers all the time. Like, I feel like there's got to be better ways to build the suspense in a match, but there were a couple times they got me big time, man. Like when Cody hit the triple crossroads, thought that was it. That was done, but it wasn't it. It wasn't done. Cena got beat with the damn turnbuckle, and it wasn't enough. Like, what do you do to stop this guy? And that's where the Super Cena chants, and I just loved. This was an incredible match. This was the match they should have had at WrestleMania. WrestleMania was disappointing because there was no Rock, and people expected the Rock. There was no Travis Scott, and there was Travis Scott, and people don't like Travis Scott. But they also just kind of, I don't know if half-assed the match is the right word, but they half-assed the match, right? They did not half-ass this match. This was incredible. Big props to John Cena. I fucking love this. Now, to kind of flip it and talk about some of the negatives here before we move on, and then I'll briefly touch on some of the undercard matches, or all the undercard matches. What the fuck did they do on SmackDown? What the fuck was that? With John Cena just like, oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm a good guy now. Gee golly, I just was heading down the wrong road, and I've realized my mistakes, and I'm turning back, and I'm a good guy now. And you get just full good guy John Cena. It was so weird, out of place, phony, like it was so bad that it was like, this got to be like a setup or something, right? Which threw a wrench into my predictions completely, because I predicted that Cody would sell his soul to The Rock, which was obviously just wishful thinking. I'm going to stop having wishful thoughts about The Rock being involved in this storyline. And not that I want Rock in, I'm not dying for Dwayne Johnson in my storylines, but you pay the fucking story off that you started at Elimination Chamber, right? They just like, oh no, Rock's done with all that now. I don't know what you're expecting. So, but gee golly, I'm a babyface again now. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what was wrong with me. I just thought it would be a cool. What did he say? I thought it would be a shocking story or a shocking moment or create some buzz. Fuck you. And then, so I'm expecting the swerve, right? Like, that's just the setup. And right from the very beginning, they hugged, and I was like, okay, well, here comes the dick kick to even just start the match. But there was nothing. Cena did nothing heelish the entire match. In fact, Cody was the heel of the match, which was fine because the crowd was solidly behind John Cena. This was like a Hulk Hogan versus Rock situation at WrestleMania 18, where the fans were cheering the bad guy Hulk Hogan. Because of course they are. Same thing with John. Of course they're going to cheer John Cena, and many of the people in that building will be the last time they ever see John Cena in person, especially wrestle. Such an incredible match. So the SmackDown thing just flabbergasts me. It's stupid. Like, they didn't pay that off as just, okay, I'm a good guy now, and I'm just going to turn heel really awkwardly and unbelievably and just try to sell it, and then gee golly, I made a mistake. I'm a good guy now again. Like, I mean, okay, and we heard Triple H say at the post conference that basically, like, without saying it, basically John Cena's booking his own return, or his own last year, essentially. This is what John Cena wants to do. So, was it his idea to just be like, I think it's time for me to be a good guy again, and I'm just going to come out and say, hey guys, I'm a good guy again. Sorry about all that. We didn't get a Cody heel turn either. He was a heel in the match, But ultimately, he remains a baby face, which is fine. He's a great baby face. He's a better heel, but he's a great baby face. So, and he did the media rounds, he was all over everything, and it's still something I might want to try to cover, but he did Hot Ones. He did another interview I don't even remember where he talked about AEW a little bit, feeling disrespected there in the company that he built, essentially. So there's a lot there. Cody's the guy, but I don't know. And then Brock Lesnar, I'm not one of those people that are like, oh, Brock Lesnar was named in the lawsuit, so I hate Brock Lesnar now. Ugh. Apparently their legal cleared him, so if he's cleared, look, man, I wasn't there and I'm not a lawyer, so I don't give, if he's cleared, he's cleared. If his name is cleared, he's cleared. Just because Vince had a fetish for him doesn't necessarily mean that he was in on anything, right? So even though he had the dildo named after Brock, the big one, of course. Oh boy, hey, they said legal cleared Brock, so fuck off for any of those people that are still mad at Brock about being named. Look, there's a thing about being accused or being named or something being said, and then if legal gets through it all and they're cleared and they're good to go, then who am I? So I'm not mad at Brock for that, like the snowflakes are, but just I don't know. I don't know that I have a demand for Brock Lesnar, especially, I might want to see him come for Cody. I don't know. My air conditioning kicked on. Hopefully y'all don't hear that. I don't think this mic picks that up, but it could. And then if I apologize if it does. I might like to see Cody and Brock run it back a little bit, and maybe they'll do that while Brock is back. But the post-show Triple H talking seemed to indicate that Brock was an opponent that CENA wanted to work with when CENA was laying out his final year and naming some of his final opponents he'd like to work with. Brock was apparently one of them, so here we are. It would have been nice to see, Brock, murder CENA. I don't know. CENA doesn't have many more dates left on his deal. He got 16 total to ride out the end of the year? If that is even, it might be way less than that at this point even. So if you do a little angle to write him off for a little bit, have Brock really fuck him up, the 1 F5. I mean, fuck, Super Cena just kicked out at 87 finishers from Cody, turnbuckles to the head and all that, but a single F5, God, it doesn't make Brock much of a threat. It's more of just a challenge, a statement. It's Brock coming out and saying, all right, I pick you. It's not really like an attack per se. You got to do more than one move. So it doesn't interest me right now, but whatever. It's Cena's last year. If this is a John Cena choice, which Triple H all but spelled out for us that it was, again, who am I or who are we to say? This is what John wanted. John gave us everything. Let's give John the final year that he wants for whatever goofy shit that he's doing. It was the right decision to put the belt on Cody. I just, I don't know. Just the whole John Cena face turn thing, I think, threw me off and bothers me more than anything. But moving on to some of the other matches here on the undercard, we'll brush through these a little quicker here. We have Naomi retaining the women's title over Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. I had predicted that she would get the win here because why just give her the belt and then take it off of her immediately, especially because she's doing the best work of her career. This was a great match, but I'm glad that Naomi was the pick coming out of it. It's always these guys, the women's division are performing at a level better than the men are in a lot of ways. Women's division is hot right now. It really, really is. You got Stephanie Vakura on the come up. She's going to get the next shot in Paris against Naomi probably. And who knows, she might beat Naomi there because how long do you want to not pull the trigger on Stephanie. She's hot as hell right now, you know. She's on the come up, and they'll be building her up, hopefully, for this show. So Naomi's the right choice. Naomi's doing great work. And then she came out on the post show and cut a hell of a promo there. She's great. She is great. She's just let her run wild and do what she's doing. She's doing great right now. We had the 6-team TLC ladder match, which was exactly what I predicted it would be on my prediction show. I said it's a bunch of teams that are going to go out there and do just a big fucking spot fest. That's all it's going to be. Just a clusterfuck spot fest. And what did we get? A clusterfuck spot fest. I thought there was a couple cool moments, including the women into that. Candice LeRae took a hell of a bump, justified her employment, because I've always said she should have been on that list of people that were cut at the beginning of the year. Like, why would they let Dakota Kai go, who actually, you know, not that I'm simping for her like a lot of internet people do, but if you're going to weigh Dakota Kai and Michelle or Candice LeRae, Candice Michelle, I'm doing the same thing Michael Cole did. Candice LeRae, you weigh them both, it's like, well, I would probably want to keep Dakota over Candice, so Candice is lucky to have a job, and she's justified that with her giant ladder bump. Apparently she's fine. Everybody's fine, no major injuries, but that was exactly what I wanted, because I don't have any kind of emotional attachment to any of these teams. I don't care. I love tag team wrestling, but none of these teams individually make me give a shit about them at all, even a little bit. I like Rey Fenix. I don't even really particularly like Andrade, so and they haven't been around long enough to build. I'm not attached to them even. I had predicted the Wyatt Six should win this match, as they did, because if they don't, what else are you going to do with them? They need to have a reason to exist, and right now their reason to exist is the tag team titles. And I wanted to note, too, that I liked that the two guys that have the tag titles in the Wyatts are two of the guys that haven't really had that opportunity before. You know, Bo Dallas has been a champion in WWE, an NXT champion for a long time, actually. One of the better runs in early NXT, if you don't remember that. And even Big Red Eric Rowan has had a run with the multiple runs with the tag team titles, and so it was nice to give it to Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis and allow them an opportunity to hold some gold and to say they were champions. So I thought that's a nice touch too, that those are the two on the team. But other than that, yeah, don't give a shit. Next match, we had Lyra Valkyria challenging Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental title. I had said I was sick of this feud because it's been going on since WrestleMania. I'm over it. I don't care anymore. I thought the point of this whole thing would be to let Lyra come out on top and give her some credibility over some veterans, right? Like, yeah, you can lose a couple battles to Becky during the feud, but you inevitably win the war. Come out at the big stage with the Intercontinental title, and she did not. Nope, just Becky Lynch keeping the belt. Becky Hogan, you know. I don't care, but it hurts Lyra. Lyra needed the win here, I think. She's had lost multiple times to Becky now. She won the big one, but now she can't retain it. She can't get past Becky. So what's that show? That shows that she's good, but she's not top talent quality, right? To be top talent quality, you got to be able to hang with, which she can, and beat top talent. She can't beat the top talent, so she's going to remain a mid-card talent until they start putting her over some of these bigger names, and God forbid they run this match back again and we get another rematch. That won't happen, I think, right? Because Lyra can't challenge for it as long as Becky has it. But then what are they going to do? Have Bayley take we get Bayley and Becky feuding again, and then what, Bayley going to take the belt? And then what, is Lyra going to come back? And the whole thing's dumb. What was the point of all of this? It's a waste of time. It just puts Becky over. Lyra doesn't get over by, oh, she can really hang in the match. She gets over by standing tall. That's how you build her legend up. It's stupid. Becky Lynch. Ugh. And her theme song's good, by the way. It's great, but she can't. I like it, actually. For all the theme songs, hers is pretty, the new weird theme songs that we get, hers is not bad at all. But she, it's not catchy. It's just, I don't know. I don't need Becky Lynch in the spot that she's in right now. So, whatever. Moving past that, what else do we got here? We had Solo Sikoa getting the win in the steel cage over his cousins with Jacob Fatu. And this is another one that I got wrong, because I had definitely thought that Fatu would get the win back here. But I had also said in my predictions that what else are they gonna do with Solo if he loses the title? He's got these MFTs that he's gotta be the boss of, and if he is a loser, how's he going to be a credible boss? So I think it was wishful thinking wanting it to go back on Fatu, because I think Solo, if we're using the United States title as a storytelling prop here, which it is, it makes more sense to keep it with Solo. And they made Jacob look, Jacob lost no credibility. It took all of the MFTs to come in and beat the dog out of Jacob and help Solo get the win. And then Jacob got to beat up a few of the MFTs after, including the giant cage moonsault. So he got his heat back immediately and didn't have to worry about having to, the loss is secondary. It didn't matter. So I was very fine with that. And the match was okay. I would have liked to see better between the two, but I think it's just the styles that are both similar, just similar in style and presentation. So it's not going to be the best dynamic necessarily, but it's fine. It was fine. Dominic Mysterio retaining the Intercontinental Championship against AJ Styles. This was a match that I loved the build for. This was a match that I was definitely looking forward to seeing just because of the build. AJ Styles is always an incredible talent. He's always fun to watch. One of the best wrestlers of all time ever. And Dom's one of my favorite wrestlers right now. He's one of my favorite wrestling personalities. I love me some Dom. So I don't even remember. I think I predicted Dom keeps it, but I wouldn't be surprised if AJ took it. But Dom kept it. Dom, and this is how you build up. This is what I was saying about Lyra. Dom is building up his legacy right now by getting these kind of wins. Getting a win over AJ Styles at SummerSlam. And it was a complete tribute to Eddie Guerrero. So that's going to make it more memorable as well. People will remember their experience of seeing that match because of the tributes that they paid to Eddie. I thought the foot thing, it did look like AJ was trying to pull the damn boot off rather than he was trying to hold the ankle and the boot slipped off, where when Eddie did it, it was pretty clean. Looked like AJ was struggling with the boot a little bit, but I like what they did there. That was the story they came out to tell, and look, Dom came out on top, and as long as they keep building up Dom, his star is going to continue to rise. That covers the show. That is SummerSlam Night 2. I thought Night 1 was better overall than Night 2. Night 2 was just maybe more uneventful, and the matches weren't as good either, in my opinion. But that's just me. You might like the Spot Fest messes. It was also, every match was a damn street fight. And how many tables did we see, and chairs, and not that I'm not being Jim Cornette about it. I like to see that stuff, but it means less when every match has it, But that's just my thoughts. Love to know yours down in those comments below. While you're there, hit the like button if you liked what you watched. Hit the subscribe button so you can check out more videos. It helps a brother out greatly. Peace, love, and pizza. I am your boy, Seth Grimes. and we will catch you in the next video.